He vanished from her life for years, only to return through a DNA test that shattered everything. You're about to witness the raw unraveling of a secret Kelly Khumalo fought desperately to hide, until the truth slammed her in the face. Why is she now begging Jub Jub to raise her son? If a paternity test flipped your world upside down, would you trust a real dad or the one who was never there? Drop your take in the comments. This one's divisive. What began as a quiet administrative process quickly erupted into chaos. Kelly Khumalo, under rising public pressure and private uncertainties, agreed to a DNA test for her son. When the results confirmed Jub Jub as the biological father, shockwaves rippled across South Africa. It wasn't just a secret. It was her shield. Kelly spent years dodging questions about her son's paternity, often deflecting with emotional distance. But behind the deflections were whispers, guilt, and a fear of losing control. He didn't just respond, he erupted. Jub Jub took to social media, voicing his outrage and heartbreak over years lost. He accused Kelly of robbing him of irreplaceable moments and bearing a bond he never got to build. The backlash was swift and unforgiving. Fans who once praised her artistry now question her integrity as a mother. Hashtags trended, memes surfaced, and her silence only amplified the firestorm. It wasn't a press event. It was raw emotion. Eyewitnesses described Kelly arriving at Jub Jub's home, breaking down in front of security. She reportedly fell to her knees, begging him to step up for their son. Fame doesn't protect against emotional collapse. Insiders say Kelly has been enduring deep emotional fatigue, financial anxiety, and maternal guilt. The pressure of raising a child without paternal guidance finally cracked her composure. He never asked for the spotlight, but he's at the heart of it all. Friends close to the family say he's been questioning his identity and wondering why his father was absent. His childhood is now tangled in a national debate. Controversial, inconsistent, and troubled, Jub Jub's past as a public figure is checkered. Yet recent interviews reveal a man deeply remorseful and determined to change. He claims fatherhood is his redemption arc, not a publicity stunt. Fatherhood isn't just personal. It's deeply cultural, especially in South African society where the presence or absence of a father figure is often tied to generational strength, identity, and respect. In communities where young boys grow up with fractured fatherhood lines, a single DNA result can do more than confirm biology. It can resurrect long-buried ancestral expectations. For Kelly Khumalo, the act of hiding paternity wasn't merely about secrecy. It indirectly altered her son's place within a broader cultural lineage. And for Jub Jub, being named the father does not just come with emotional weight. It calls him to stand tall before generations past and future. The announcement set off conversations nationwide about broken family structures, absent fathers, and the price children pay for adult decisions. Those closest to Kelly Khumalo are now finding themselves under scrutiny, not just by the public, but within their own quiet circles. Sources claim that multiple individuals in her inner circle knew the truth, or at least suspected it, yet chose to remain silent or advised her to bury the matter. The reasons vary. Some feared the fallout from public judgment. Others were simply trying to protect Kelly's public image or shield her from legal trouble. But silence in the face of truth is a loud form of complicity. At some point, advice given out of love becomes protection given out of fear, and Kelly's circle may have crossed that invisible line. Now, that same network is fractured, with blame whispering through every corner of her private life. As the story intensified, it was only a matter of time before the law got involved. Recent reports suggest that Jub Jub, emboldened by the DNA confirmation, is consulting lawyers to explore legal pathways for custody or visitation. For a man once vilified and sidelined in the media, this legal action could mark a powerful reversal, one where he shifts from accused to father fighting for his rights. But legal custody isn't just about proving paternity. It involves demonstrating emotional readiness, financial stability, and long-term commitment to the child's welfare. The courts will now be forced to navigate a minefield of emotion, celebrity influence, past criminal history, and parental fitness. It's no longer a tabloid tale. It's a courtroom war in the making. Kelly Khumalo has always found sanctuary in her music, using it as both a shield and sword. But as this controversy deepens, her performances have reportedly dried up, bookings canceled, shows quietly postponed. Rumors circulate that she's been battling mental and emotional exhaustion behind the scenes, and some venues have backed away amid growing public outrage. The stage that once gave her voice now echoes with uncertainty. Fans once eager to hear her sing now scroll social media looking for answers. And for an artist whose career was built on raw emotion and defiant truth-telling, the silence is deafening. Fame gives visibility, but scandals demand vulnerability. And in this case, the music stopped before the healing could begin. In a development few could have predicted, one of Kelly's most vocal critics, an industry peer known for public beefs and shade, extended a surprising olive branch. This unnamed celebrity, herself a single mother, took to social media to post, "We all hide something. Don't act like you don't." The comment exploded across platforms, with fans of both women debating whether it was genuine empathy or a clever PR move. Still, the message resonated deeply with mothers, survivors, and public figures who face their own moral storms. Sometimes, compassion emerges from the most unlikely mouths. And when that happens, it forces everyone to pause, reflect, and acknowledge the quiet solidarity among women, especially those who live their lives under constant public scrutiny. Mama Jackie, known both for her fierce love for her son and her polarizing public persona, has entered the conversation. In a sharp yet emotional televised statement, she acknowledged the DNA results and called them a divine correction. She added, "No woman can deny a child his father. The truth always arrives." Her words, echoed with both fire and finality, carried weight far beyond the surface. Mama Jackie has long been a figure of strength and controversy, and her entry into the phrase signals that this issue has crossed into a full-blown family affair. She urged forgiveness, though her tone hinted at wounds that may not heal quickly. When mothers speak, nations often listen, and South Africa is listening now. Critics are now questioning the role of media in amplifying the situation to sensational levels. What began as a quiet family matter is now a national talking point, dissected on talk shows, splashed across tabloids, and debated in comment sections. Is this righteous transparency or just calculated exploitation? Some argue that shedding light on these stories holds celebrities accountable and reflects the realities of many households. Others contend that the relentless media glare has turned a vulnerable child into a headline and weaponized a story for clicks. The fine line between journalism and judgment is blurrier than ever, and the ethics of this media frenzy continue to spark fierce debate. Not all truths are meant for public digestion.